Welcome back, gang. This is a PS Vita 3.72 Modoru / H-Encore and Enso hack. This is going to be the easiest guide as possible compared to the last guide I did and a couple of other guides out there that you might see on other channels. It's probably the simplest way to go about and hack your 3.72 PS Vita. That's Sony launched, even though that the PS Vita's life is ended, and Sony's still doing the update. So right now I have my PS Vita at firmware 3.72. As you can see, we'll go into our system settings and see in system information right there, 3.72. And basically I'm gonna give you guys a guideline on how to install the H-Encore from your computer and get the designated files and install them onto our PS Vita. So right now I'm gonna uncheck USB power supply. Sometimes it doesn't recognize that onto the computer, so keep in mind to uncheck that and make sure that you are registered and signed with your own user ID towards the PlayStation Network. That's essential. So what we're going to do is go to our computer and download the essential files and go through the installation process. Okay, we're on our web browser on our computer, and I've posted the two links on the description. They're both mega links. One is the file he.zip file, which is about 11 megabytes, and then the second link is the Modoru.zip, which is 253.9 megabytes. Basically, I have both of the folders right here, the Modoru and the FinalHE. We're gonna extract the FinalHE. So that's the H-Encore.exe file and the designated folders. Then we have the QCMA driver. You're going to double click that and install. Hit yes. I already done it. I don't have to do it again. Right hand side are the files for the Modoru process, which we're going to do later on. So let's right now focus on the left side of the folder. We're going to take our PS Vita right now. It's connected via USB. Make sure that you do have your PlayStation Vita ID, you signed up for it, and also install the content manager onto your computer. It's important. I'm sure that you guys already have done that. We're going to connect our PS Vita to the USB port, and then okay, well, that's doing that. That's fine. Hit OK. We're going to open up Content Manager. Start. Then in the meantime on our computer we're going to double click the FinalHE.exe, and then as you can see your ID name and the PS Vita firmware will indicate 3.72. Alright, so basically what we're going to do is check the trim H-Encore to 7, hit let's go. Okay. This will download the bittersmile.pkg file. Then verify the package, unpack it. And then this will happen. Fail to unpack Bittersmile. What we're going to do is try to do this process again by closing it up, double clicking the final H-Encore again, reconnect our PS Vita. Alright, now it sees it again. Okay, check trim H-Encore to 7 megabyte. Usually this doesn't happen a lot. I mean, I've done it to my other Vita and it worked perfectly fine and quick. Okay, trimming package. Okay, it's done. Alright, sometimes issues like that happen, but it's quick. So right now it says Launch Content Manager. Okay, so we launched the Content Manager. Let's focus on this right here. Okay, hit start. We're gonna go to Copy Content. Go to PC arrow, PS Vita System, Applications, PS Vita. There's the H-Encore, we check that, and hit copy. Okay, and it will transfer this over to our system. Okay, once that is done, hit the PlayStation icon, close that out, and there you have it. So right now our H-Encore is present on the PS Vita menu. Hit it, hit start, say yes. We're going to install henkaku, download Vita Shell, and it's a success. We exit out. Great. Okay. The next step is installing the packages that we have next onto our PS Vita by using Vita Shell, which is going to be the decsecldr-mdr72.vpk, the Modoru.vpk, and then we're going to also put our designated firmwares such as the 3.65 and the 3.72 into the Vita's directory by using Vita Shell. Alright, now that we're done with the installation of H-Encore, what we're going to do next is close this off, and then we're going to pretty much expand this window, the Modoru folder that we have right here. We're going to extract the 3.65 zip and then extract the 3.72 zip right here. Those are our firmwares where it's going to be essential and we're going to need them. Make sure that when you're on your Vita, my Vita is still connected on the computer. So basically we're going to go into our settings and then hit start, and then the henkaku settings, we're going to make sure that this is checked, which says enable unsafe home brew, because this was unchecked, so we check that, and then we go into our Vita Shell. Hit start. Also, what we're going to make sure is that our select button is FTP as opposed to USB, so make sure that's on FTP. Alright, and then we're going to press the select button. Gives us own unique IP address, and we're going to use an FPT client, and basically I'm using Flash FXP, whatever you guys want. Enter the IP address in the port, hit connect. Alright, so what we're going to do is transfer the designated files onto the UXO. Usually I put my VPK files in there. So what I'm going to do is select the Modoru and then the DSL-MDR72.vpk file and drag them over to the UXO directory. Alright, and transfer them over. Once that is done, I'm gonna check those out and refresh the live area. Okay, everything is refreshed. We're gonna go to our UXO. Okay, there they are. There are the VPK files highlighted in green. We're gonna install them. We're gonna say yes. Then the next option is the Modoru.vpk. Install that as well. Yes. Okay. Once that is done, alright, we're in our Vita Shell, and what we're gonna do is go back to our computer screen. I put a README file text here, and if you see it, once we installed it, I also put written documentation here. What we're gonna do is copy the 3.65 pub firmware and put it to the designated directory right here, which is UXO app-Moduru000-PSP to updat.pub file, which is what we're going to do. So basically, we're going to double click on our 3.65 firmware, go to our UXO directory, double click app. Oops. Forgot it. Alright, I forgot to go into our FTP mode. Alright, let's reload that again. Yeah, there we go. Alright, got it back again. Yeah, you gotta press the select button to go to FTP mode. And then we're on our FTP client. Go to Moduru00. And again, in the README file, what we're gonna do is put that PSP to updat pub file in that directory. So we're gonna drag and drop that into here. Okay, and then transfer it over. Okay, so I'm gonna take some time while that's transferring. In the meantime, in the README file, I've indicated also for the 3.72 because that's the firmware we have at hand, and we're trying to go back to 3.65 firmware where we could hack it and install the permanent hack of the Enso. So basically what we're going to do here is that we're going to put the 3.72 pub file in a different folder. It says ux0 :data -psp2 -update /psp to updat.pub. So it's right there indicated. So what we're going to do is once this is transferred, we're going to go back, and that's finalized. The 3.65 firmware is transferred. We're going to go to our data folder in the UXO, and we're going to create a folder all case sensitive PSP2. Okay. Alright. So we're at the data-PSP2 folder, and then we're going to create another folder in here and make that update. Okay. And that's where we're going to transfer the 3.72 firmware onto here. Transfer that over. And then while it's doing that process, in the README file, I've also indicated that we have to copy the update_sm.bin file, which is the decrypted 3.65 firmware that's essentially needed. So basically, We're going to put that into the data folder. So now that the 3.72 firmware is transferred, so we're going to put that here in the data folder, which is back here, and there it is. Okay, so we're going to transfer that bin file into that directory. Okay, once that is done, okay, so it should be there right now. Okay, that's in the data folder in our UXO directory. So now we could go into our PS Vita. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit start, and we're going to power off the system. Turn it back on. Okay. So those are the files right there, the Modoru and decsecldr LITE. Alright, so now that they're installed and we did a hard reboot, what we're going to do is install H-Encore again. Hit start. Say yes. Okay. Alright, we're going to install henkaku again all over. And then download Vita Shell. Okay, exit. Next step is go into the LITE app right there. Okay, plugin loader by Zerpi. Please wait. decsecldr LITE is working. Module loaded with ID. Hooks installed. Press start to exit. Okay. Alright. Once that is done, I'm going to go to Modoru. Hit start. Alright. So as you can see right there, Modoru version 1.0 by the flow. Firmware information current 3.72. Factory 3.50, target firmware 3.65. Do you want to downgrade from the firmware 3.72 to firmware 3.65? Press X to confirm, or R to exit. Alright, this software will make permanent modifications to your Vita. If anything goes wrong, there is no recovery, not even with a hardware flasher. The creators provided this tool as is, without warranty of any kind, express or imply, and cannot be held liable for any damage done. It will continue in 20 seconds, so we're going to wait. We're going to press X to accept these terms and start the installation. And we just wait through the setup. Alright, once that is done, it'll go into the official system update that is noticeable when you do a PS Vita software firmware update. So basically what it's doing is going to install the 3.65. So it's going to downgrade our 3.72 to 3.65. Give it some time. And it will begin the installation process. Alright, there goes the PS Vita logo. Updating the database. Alright. Once the installation is done, I'm going to go into our settings. Hit start. And going to show you our system setting information, which is 3.65. We're going to install H-Encore. There we go. Install henkaku. Download Vita Shell. Exit. Alright. The next step is going into the Vita Shell, and we're going to transfer over the enso.vpk file. Alright, we're going to press select. Go to our FTP client on our computer. Do a quick connect. Alright, we're going to take our enso.vpk file and transfer that over to our FTP. It's about a 60 kilobyte file. Once that is done, go back to our Vita Shell on our PS Vita and refresh live area. Okay, go to our UXO, scroll down, and there's the enso.vpk file in the green. We're going to install. Okay. Once the installation is done, we get out, and there you have it. There's our Enso. I'm going to start that. Alright. This software will make permanent modifications to your Vita. If anything goes wrong, there is no recovery, not even with a hardware flasher. The creators provided this tool as is, without warranty of any kind. So what we're going to do is install. So we're going to accept the terms, go through the installation. So the options are cross, install, reinstall the hack, triangle for uninstall the hack, square fix boot configuration, choose this if Taihen isn't loading on the boot, and circle to exit without doing anything. We're going to press cross to install the hack. The installation was completed successfully. Success. Press any key to reboot. And there you have it, guys. So, downgraded our 3.72 firmware to 3.65 and installed the Enso permanent hack. So every time you do a hard shutdown, you don't have to reinstall H-Encore or anything. And right now we'll check on our settings. Go into system information. There you have it, 3.65 henkaku. All set up, all installed. You have nothing to worry about. Now, once you have done with all these procedures, you want to also double check your auto install settings here. Make sure that the download update file for system software is unchecked. And check your henkaku settings. Enable version spoof, enable unsafe homebrew, enable PSN spoofing. So basically spoof version, we're going to leave it as 3.72, so keep that in mind, make sure that's all checked. And that's pretty much it. So if you have any other questions, more than welcome to help you guys out. Just leave any comments that's necessary and needed while you're doing this procedure. I mean, this procedure was very simplified. I thought it was going to be complicated, but it really isn't. I believe that you guys could do it as well and hack your 3.72 firmware, bring it back to 3.65, and do that Enso permanent hack and enjoy your many expectations with your Vita, with many emulators as possible, as well as Vita ROMs and games that you enjoy and love the most to make your PlayStation Vita system worthwhile. In the meantime, if you have any other questions, I'm here. And if you like the tutorial, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys. Enjoy your day.